Welcome back to Satisfactory. We're just gonna jump right into it. We got a lot to do. I think we really want to focus on today is getting our Gin Circle batteries in place and getting a nice Gin Circle fluid hat in place. We want to pump up all that fuel, reconnect everything, and we can consider this little section done without the beauty pass. It's not going to have the beauty of this, but the batteries will be there and they should be collecting power by the time this is over. Then we'll look at the sky bridge. We'll probably have to rip up everything that we've already built and see how far out we can go with it. And then we're going to have to take a look at, do we try to go for that Caterium right away? That's really the question. So we got a lot to do. Let's just jump right into it. I think we should pop over here and grab some good old-fashioned wire. If I can remember where I put it. Oh wow, this is a lot. Maybe one more. We'll see how close we can get to done. Let's get the other items first. We're gonna have to grab the stators. The stators, there's less stators to worry about, so I'm probably gonna try to grab those first. And we could probably drop some of these in the old inventory. Manually, digitally upload some of these. Just to make room. We picked up less than half of the ones that we need. Problem is these frames are just absolutely terrible at stacking. We might have to go out there, build one level, then pop back to grab the stuff for the other levels. And we have arrived. It's probably closer to this corner. Right about here. While we're at it, why don't we go ahead and get this connected, starting to collect power for us. Normally I think I have a little place for the power to connect. Where did I put that? I guess it's just this battery. We'll leave this though, because I think we're going to need another power pole. You know what? Maybe I should leave myself a little bit of a storage container for this build. We're not going to do a ton, just the one. And we'll leave some of the stuff we don't need for this part of the build. Like, we don't need all the fuel. One stack is more than enough. We don't need you. Don't think we need those. Don't need that or that. Definitely don't need raw materials. Let's drop some of this stuff. I just think we can solve all of our problems regarding this fuel generator with a little bit of help from gravity. Gravity is my friend. This isn't exactly where I wanted to land, but it's close enough. I'm heavily considering whether I need to go with smeltery or if I need to go with refining for a lot of my base materials. Part of me says we're going to be angling for just grabbing every chunk of material we can find. So it might make sense just to smelt it all. Because the refineries, they just let you extend the life of a single node, right? Oh no, we're 40 short. There we go. I'll just steal it from you. What are you having trouble with? Reinforced plate? It looks like this guy's having trouble with screws. But the screws are there, though. We're not going to worry about it right now. Once we get all that tier 2 stuff set up, we can come back and delete all that. I know I've been promising that for like 20 episodes, but it is what it is. I'd love it if I could click on this to build it. Like in this interface even. So tab, click on this to get that blueprint. That would be nice, but I know it's not really a big deal. See if we can get this last one connected. It might be connected, but I think we need to pop up there to see for sure. Looks like the last two top animations aren't flickering, which leads me to believe it ain't connected. It's a good amount of batteries though, eh? 8 batteries per level. 5, 6, 7, 8, 64 batteries. That'll show up. And we found our connector. Where'd it go? Okay, all batteries connected. Everybody's charging. Everybody's happy. Done. Gin Circle batteries are done. Now, I want to get this Gin Circle fluid hat, which will make more sense in a minute, though this is going to be an arduous process. I will admit this. So we're right over here, and I kind of started it. But didn't finish it because I wanted to go over it with you. It's going to be a little difficult to sort of catch up. If we can... Right, so the idea here is just to build this arc that goes over this storage container, comes back down, and then we put this on top of that battery. I guess I could theoretically also put it on top of that one. That could be a good test to see how it actually looks. So we got to refine the center. Which I would really hope that I would set as just the plain old center. I really love how this looks on the inside. It doesn't look as good on the outside. It looks like a clamshell on the outside, but it's still kind of cool. Everything looks cool in Cyan City. And then we'll go to freeform and just halfway click, click, delete, click, click. Getting these top ones done though is going to be... That's going to be where the challenge lies. This is going to take a little while. Sorry, I did get kind of in the zone there, though. Got to get up here to paste all these. 3 out of 5 ain't bad. It's not particularly good, but it's not bad. You know, I probably should stop what I'm doing and build a quartz factory so I can afford all this building that I do. Because this is getting out of hand, the amount of quartz I'm spending. It just looks so cool. I wonder if I can do 2 of these without it being an absolute nightmare. Let's try it. Now that I'm 90% done, I want to change up the method. Getting close to the end here. I think one or two more, and we can consider a copy. It's, look at that. It's straight up minus some painfully. Oh, man. See, how long was this? 15 meters exactly. So you would think... Let me try default. How are you claiming 16 meters? Yeah, I guess I don't understand how circumferences work. You would think that this were 15, it would be 15 all the way around, but we know that that's not the case because it's 15.2, 15.9, so there's a smaller grid inside of this is what's basically happening. So it looks like it's freeform, but it's freeform minus kind of sort of on a grid. I finished it with Caterium, but it just looks like all the other stuff. One dome hat. Arc. Ooh, we're short on reinforced plate, of all things. Yeah, we are definitely getting to the point where we need to pass the point, I hear you saying, where we need to really formalize a lot of this basic material. No, that's not right. There's only... It's like half of a quarter. Maybe, huh? We're 1,000 quartz crystals short. 1,000? Oh my god, that's way too many. You think you're just kidding around and then you get hit with the bill. Somewhere in there, I think. Wah. I mean, this isn't perfectly the center, but it looks like it's pretty close. $2,000 quartz crystal, huh? I know for a fact I don't have 2,000 quartz crystal lying around. Technically, I do have them in the blueprint itself, so if I just clear this, I can grab them out of here. So the initial test would be to put it on this, so we could see it in full context. At the end of the day, though, we know we want to put it out there. I'm going to have to move my space elevator. Give it a little bit of room away from the fuel generator. I'm going to have to see how that plays out. I mean, this could be a phase of this kind of decorative item I've been looking for. But I gotta find the true center. That's not even close. If I go here... Blood tower. That's not what I'm looking for. Lookout tower. the whole reason why I build this is because it has a ladder built in. Try to get some height. Let's see. So that right there is the dead center. Closer to something like this. Needs a little on the edge to be fully supported. I don't know, I took a glimpse of it. I'm not sure I like it, actually. Oh, I could really, really like that. I think the bad part is I probably want to offset it 45 degrees. The real problem is that it's close to being perfect. What's wrong with it? You think it looks great? Okay. I could be in sort of a perfectionist mode, which is why I'm 40 episodes in and I still haven't built a real copper smeltery. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I feel like it would be a little better if it were a little bigger. Let me try it. And I'm just trying to save quartz crystal. I want to try it on this building over here. These are actually purely 4x4. What are you doing? Trying to lock in on the blueprint side. That should be somewhere near here. Nudgeable at least. Ooh, this building's actually... Nope, wait, nope. Before we make that judgment, let's get it in the right spot. Why are you floating over here? Oh, jeez. Yeah, we'd have to make one for this building size. So that's something to keep in mind, I guess. You know, I could put this down and then just... Cuddle buff, thanks. Appreciate it. I could put this down and then sort of zip out to get some more quartz crystal. The only other thing I was thinking about adding would be a radio tower. Now, how far away are you? Like an eighth of a foundation? Right, for it to be perfect in my mind, unfortunately, I would want one more just to fill this little gap right here. Because right now it kind of looks like it's on its tippy toes. I could probably squeeze one more in here. Let's see how generous the game will be. Right now, I think that looks like it's a building. Whether I want to click this in is another question. Maybe not. Yeah, that's not helping us. Oops. Like, this little detail is something that no one will see, but I'll see it. And that's enough for me. The painted beam is probably the strongest creative tool in the game. It's the most aggressive way to get off grid you can get. It kind of looks like a golden dome. Oh man, you know, if I really wanted it, I could probably do something with that thought that I just had. I don't think I've researched a lot of the mega factories sitting on idle. Probably a lot of full outputs. Let's see. We know we want a little bit of organizational industrial fluid container. Let's say maybe 2 of those. And then we're going to want one of our dome hat blueprints. So that's, oh, we just need 1,000 quartz and we're good to go. I'm going to see how close we are to researching radio towers. $50 heavy modular frames short. I don't think I have a heavy modular frames manufactory going. Oh, wait, yeah, I do. right over here. Ooh, we're 29 short. Looks like there's some screws in here, some frames. We need pipes. Ugh. Pipes is one of those things we don't have a ton of right now. Let me try to keep that in the back of my mind. We're really out to get quartz crystal. I can't wait to build this sky bridge all the way from here all the way to here. We'll have to see how it lines up, but that's looking pretty good actually. Whoops. Uh-oh. We're kind of in an emergency situation here. It's too busy checking out the potential sky bridge. Ooh. Stressful. Let's go for some steel pipes. Why do I want the steel pipes? Oh yeah, so we can make some heavy modular frames, maybe do a little research so we can consider putting a radio tower somewhere in the midst of that dome. We technically also need reinforced plates, but I don't have the inventory for it, so I'm gonna go over there and grab that later. We'll keep a stack for ourselves because it's always nice to be able to make a storage container or two. Oh, we got a ton of pipes right there. And a ton of steel, so it's fine. We'll pair that with a little bit of both of those. Okay. Then we'll grab some reinforced plate. We'll go out there and try to put this hat on top of our latest battery tower so we can have the power tower ready to go once we collect all the necessary quartz and crystal oscillators. But we don't have to deal with that right now because we've got a massive amount of power being generated compared to our consumption. But I'm not perfectly happy with it because it is not working consistently. I don't like that sawtooth that we're getting. Yeah, reinforced plate. Had to remind myself. This is the frames. No frames yet. Reinforced plate, reinforced plate, reinforced plate, reinforced plate. So we're gonna try putting that dome on that refinery, and then inside that dome we're gonna put a industrial fluid container. We're gonna pump the fuel up, then let gravity solve all of our problems as far as supplying the fuel to the rest of the fuel generators. But as soon as I say that, looking at it from here, it looks like they're all working. Are you all working? No, that one's not working. It just annoys me so much. 0.4 fuel. That one's also doing it, so they're gonna ripple through and not work. But we're gonna solve that the hard way, which is with gravity. But first we gotta get this decorative piece in. Sometimes you don't need a full blast. Okay. So it looks like that is the center right there. Let me mark it. We have to do this in a low-tech scenario. No hover, no... Well, no hover really is the only problem. Let's see here. Looks like we need to nudge this over. I think we said a quarter of foundation last time. So that one might be in the right place, but this one looks like it's way off. Quarter foundation, quarter foundation. I like the new batteries are charging animation, by the way. Quarter foundation. If 3 of them are right, they all are right, but let's just check it. Now, is this where I want to put this? I should have thought about this before I put this down, right? On the other one, and I think I'm probably going to want to do it. I put it down on top of the glass. If I do it this way, the glass will be down. I think I need to put the glass down first. Sorry. Now we'll get the full dome hat. One, it gives the inner light something to reflect on. Ooh, look at that. It's only allowing me to nudge in one direction now. Ugh, that's gross. Luckily, I put this exactly in the right space. Unbelievable. Just a confirmation that that's in the right location because it's dead center. Now, I could worry about this, but we know we're going to put some sort of hat on this thing. Plus, the infinity mirrors are going to take up a good chunk of this space. I think it's okay as is. All right. And I think we'll stick with the color motif. Capper, chrome. So then it's a matter of trying to get all the fuel up here. Once we get this set up, it's really not going to matter the internals of it all. Though, I think I would like this better if it were on a wall. I was thinking about this earlier. I think it's okay to kind of futz in a wall or two. Just to make sure. There we go, place to connect the... I guess this is as far as the pipe will go. I can you do infinite pipes? Like you can do infinite lifts? Oh man. I should try to test that, but I'm not gonna. We're just gonna get this done. Oops. That was bad. I should probably... lock this in, nudge it over, click it in, and then just go up. That'd probably take care of it. I mean, the distance between here and here should be enough to get a pipe connected. What did I do? From the bottom, basically. So it's kind of a power tower with a water tower. So weird when it wants you to... Ooh. Let's try that again. Come on. We'll nudge you to the right. Click you in, I guess. Then zoop you up. And the target will be something like from here. I'm trying to decide, do I run this pipe above ground or below? You're basically going to see the pipe either way. I think I can delay that question. And let's get the pipes put in place first. I did not keep enough momentum. Yeah, we're just falling straight down. Whoops. Hold on. Gotta think more arc. More arc. A nice calm arc. Now, can I double back on this side and find this pipe so I can pull that one down? I guess we want this to be a... Well, actually, what's under here? Now the question is, above ground or below? If I go below, you're probably still going to be able to see the pipe. And we're probably still going to need a support. I think it calls for a classic pop-up solution. Okay, now here's the problem. We're going to be on a time limit as soon as we change this over. I think we should probably think about getting the pumps done first. I never... So you can use the blue hologram. It tells you. It even locks you to the head lift position. But I never like to use all of that. I always feel like it's gonna blow up on me. Where can I connect this for power? There's obviously a place, I just forgot where it was. Technically, that is the other option. If I could connect it down here. Oh, nope, that one's full. Redo MTF, how you doing, buddy? Putting together a little bit of a water tower, power tower combo here. Suffering from my lack of hover pack. But I did upgrade to packaged fuel at least. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay, so... one more just to make sure that we're ready to go when it's time. Automating fabric, wow. Poly resin. I normally end up making 1 or 2 industrial storage containers of fabric and then I never look back. Is there a fabric? Now why are you automating fabric? You don't need multiple parachutes. How many gas filters do you need, really? Come on. And you only need 1 gas mask. 2 if you want to say you want to have an extra one at base in case you die. But even if you die with the gas mask on, you still keep it. Tier 7. That sounds like fun. Do you really autosave every minute? Jeez. That's intense. So this is currently connected to here. We're gonna take you out. Disconnect our fuel generator. Reconnect here to come on. I mean, they shut down instantly. All right, let's try it from this direction. Seems like this guy is going to be a little bit more flexible. We might have to bang on a pump just to get us up and over. Oh wait, that's technically not there anymore. Over there. Let's see if we can find it. I'd like to keep this pump kind of out of the way if I can. And we're already having issues. Wait, have I connected this? I don't think I've connected this. Have I? No. Alright, well that's the issue. Pipes have to be connected to transport fluids. Huge tip. Oh. Using the constant autosave to get extra boost on jetpack action, I see. There we go. now it looks like we are in a much better place here. Oh, speaking of crashes, that's really unfortunate. The autosaves have been a lot more subtle lately. Ooh, 20 minutes back. That's gonna hurt. I mean, it would kind of kill me if I died because of autosave jetpack boost. But then again, you could always go back to any incremental minute. Does that mean we don't even have the pump set up? Oh my god. Yeah, you know, I probably should cycle it down because what I remember, obviously, before it was taking like 2 minutes to autosave. But they seem to have optimized that pretty nicely. 1 minute's so harsh. I'm gonna try... Let me try 3. And see if I feel the jerkiness of the saves. Luckily, it's always easier to build things the second time. Foundation, 1 meter. Let's go out there. And then we want to logistically move some good stuff this way. And then I am just going to introduce a ticking clock unnecessarily to this process. Drop you. Now, technically, I only need pumps on one side of this thing, so that makes it a little less that we end up having to redo. But we still do need to go up all the way. And I kind of would prefer to do it straight.
I don't know. Have a good day.
I think I'll just floor hole the way up and then pipe the way down. If I had known I was going to do this, I'd probably put in the blueprint. I guess I technically could have built the pumps at the same time. Yeah, Satisfactory. I think I started playing... Oof. What version were they on? Uh-oh. We're dying again. Looks like we're having a little bit of issue. If I go to YouTube, go to content, search my content for Mega Factory, will that give me the first episode ever? '84 videos with the word mega in them. Update 6. Somewhere in update 6, update 5 is where I started playing. What is going on here? What if I say 001? Did I put that in the... "79 videos with 001 on the title." That's on. Oh well, yeah. I guess it's that plus that. Yeah, there it is. September 4th, 2022. So I probably played a little bit before that, before the first video, but 2 years. Not as long as I thought. Maybe 2.5. Game's feeling a little unstable today. I might be at the point where it makes sense to have a toolbar to do this. Let's get rid of everybody's favorite emoji and go with pipeline Mark II. Every toolbar, power lines are 2. And then floor holes 3. And, well, I guess I could also put the pump on 4. Now, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Pump on 4. Alright. It's not going to be easy to tell exactly what kind of head lip we're going to have. But we can eyeball it. Okay, now I'm annoyed. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I don't really have anything open. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The only thing I have open that's weird is Spotify. I guess I could close it. I could also just try a different task. Of course, now it's like, did I disconnect the... We're gonna have to check to see if I disconnected the fuel generators before or after the crash. Yeah, they're disconnected, so I kind of sort of have to finish this or reconnect it, and no one wants to do that. Now it's a race against the crash. I guess since we got that much done, let's save it. We're gonna have to be on like manual save duty here. Is there a quick save button that I'm not aware of? Like F8? No. Alright, well that would have been convenient. Let's then go back and put the pumps in, I suppose. Did we even save our bar? No. It's just bad news all around. Let's get our pump and power. That might be all we need at this point. Okay. Oh boy. I think we need one more pipe. Let me see if I can just sort of zip my way up there. Normally when I get into a little crash cycle, it's because I'm using a hyper cannon in exactly the wrong place at the exact wrong time. Oh yeah, when I upgraded my graphics card, the stability on this thing went way up, for sure. But I was on like a 490 or something. I got an old video about it. I was on a 3-digit card, let's just put it that way. I got my money's worth out of that thing. Get on this wall. Organization and no logistics. Well, what am I doing? I have it on the bar. Uh-oh. See, my power is discharging. That's a real shame that it won't recognize this and put a floor hole in. I guess that's the next best thing. Okay, maybe take out a couple of these, replace it with some nice 1 meter foundations just to make it just a little easier to deal with. And then put in the good old-fashioned logistical floor holes. Halfway between. I'm worried I'm not going to have a... is that right? Right there's halfway in between. And then 1.5 on this side. Where are we? Basically 1, so just a half off. Uh-oh. That was obviously a wrong estimation. So that's mostly 1. Half, and then a little bit. Oh, exactly the halfway point. Ha, funny. So how do I want to connect this? I should probably... should probably connect both sides. Something like that. Maybe put a nice little... Building underwater is not recommended. It is a pain. And there's a lot of blind trust involved. But you can get things kind of nicely buried and infrastructure-y. What are you complaining about? Just gonna put you wherever I want. So there you go. The plan with all that is that the gravity associated with this height will pack in the fuel a lot more consistently than it was before. Now, I think I had a major change on one of these. Let me just check this out really quick. I thought I made one of these I tried giving one of these guys a fluid buffer on their own, but this solution should eliminate the need for that, but I am not seeing it. Oh, right here. So we should make this the same as the other ones. Oops. Copper and chrome. Boink. And then we'll go under here and reconnect that guy. Oh no, is it worse than before? Or are we just waiting for everybody to fill up at this point? Or was it a mistake to split it? So many questions. Mark, hi. How are you? Just finishing up a little bit of infrastructure on the fuel generators. Before we move on, maybe this isn't really great to have as a full circle. Why this ever drops below 480, I'll never quite understand. Oh, ha! This wasn't even connected, so that explains that. So now we gotta find where the rest of these are not connected. The plan would be that there's just a spot where we chose to break this. Oh, right here is that spot. The original place where the fuel was entering. That should go. That should go. That should go. Did I put... And then I put directional valves on this. Okay, well, now we got to commit to going the other way around. I guess I could reclaim that much stuff. Ah. What game are you playing on EU West servers? Now this looks much more promising. I think I'm gonna just let that sit. It's either working a lot better or not, and I don't have to babysit it. Let's try to get some other stuff done. Ooh, hold on. This is not properly finished. somehow all the empties are finding their way into the system. No matter how many empties I bring in, I always find that this injection point is totally and completely empty. Ah, GeForce games, yeah. Well, whether or not that works perfectly or not, it looks like they're starting to kick back on. So whether or not we made things better is up for debate, but I don't think we made anything worse. What is it? 24 times 250 is 6,000 plus... I forgot how much I put into the coal. You know what? I don't have a hyper cannon over there, so I'm not going to investigate that right now. I'm just going to kind of say it's probably okay. And now we have this question. How are we going to build our sky bridge to reach out and collect all this stuff? One question is, do we want to make... Is it even worth considering a sushi belt solution for this? Probably not, right? It probably makes the most sense just to have a single belt, deal with a single product, and not have to worry about sorting things on the other end. Because all that's really going to do is make it so you can't maximize. So I think what I'm going to do is probably go a little higher than I currently am, just so we don't have to deal with this ups and downs as much. We'll probably stick with this angle. Doesn't look like we're covering up too many things. Oh no, it's sticking out. Are they all doing that? Obviously, yes. So now it's a question of, do I care that it's doing that? Is there a world where that's a feature, not a bug? Might be okay. We'll have to see. I mean, this doesn't have to be there. I think I like it better without that last little bit. I do like Cyan City at night. I've got to do one more little bit of investigation before we give up on what's going on over there. It kind of does, doesn't it? I promised myself that I would not build buildings to look like items again. I did a computer factory that looks exactly like a computer, and it took so long. It looks really cool, but it took a really long time. I'm just curious what the fill rate is on this thing. It's filling and draining exactly at 600. So these machines should be feeling pretty good. How's it that one? Well, it's got a green light though. It's just not showing smoke. Usually the smoke is pretty good. Well, I can see it's moving. I think it makes sense to have a power pole up here so we can check in on the state of power. Hey, 9130, and it looks a lot more stable. So we went from 8,000 some odd to 9,100. Looks like it's off by, what, 80 power? What would be causing an 80 power fluctuation when these are all 250? That sounds like a coal power plant problem. Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I could theoretically abandon the power tower look for this one and just build like this all the way down, so it would be straight all the way down. No worries, I'll still be here. But we're gonna wait. We're not gonna do our aesthetics passes right now. This is an infrastructure video. We're doing infrastructure, and having good power storage is definitely infrastructure, but doing aesthetics is not on task. Figuring out where all these, who is taking on all of these empty containers? I don't understand. I keep putting more and more in here. We're using a little bit of fuel, but we're not using anywhere near enough fuel to justify that many containers. Containers look like they're flowing perfectly on the way out, though. Nothing's backed up. There's packaged fuel ready to go. Oh, so maybe it's backed up over here? Ah, okay. That's what's going on. So if I double back even further, I'd find that the refineries are full. Nope, not that one at least. So if I double back even further from that, I would find that maybe a refinery way over here is full. Yeah, okay. So that's what's going on. All of the packaged material, all of the empty canisters are getting re-queued in the refinery, but the refinery can't output all of its stuff because we haven't hooked up these additional connections yet. But these additional connections don't make sense until we build another refinery ring. And the two other refinery rings don't make sense until we feel 100% confident we've perfected this one. Which I'm feeling pretty good about it now. I'm telling you, gravity is your friend when it comes to fueling liquids into... I don't know if it's everything, but I definitely know it's generators. Last time I was trying to figure out how to make each one of these work, but now they're all working perfectly, so... taking it as a win, I'm moving on. And we've got 3 industrial storage containers full of fuel for all these guys to use. At some point, we'll have to double back and overclock this refinery. There's only 24, but we need 30 to process all of this stuff, but we'll deal with that later. So we don't need the canisters. We should probably consider apparently none of this is a blueprint. Okay, I think I'm kind of stalling because it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to get all this stuff built. Doesn't really matter what height we approach this part. The real question, maybe the only question, is what height do we want to deal with this? Do I have the sky? What do we have? We completed our Gen Circle batteries. We completed our oxygen circle fluid hat. We pumped it, or we reconnected it. We are literally on the Sky Bridge. Let's see what the Sky Bridge takes to make. Interestingly enough, Sky Bridge times 2. If I wanted a bunch of these, like 20 of them, I could take the resources from the deconstruction and use them as part of the construction. The problem with all of this, so I think we're going to end up with a mass amount of raw ores on our hands. Like, I don't see how we don't end up with a mass amount of raw ores on our hands. Pretty sure it's 100% iron ore. All right, here's what we'll do. Let's delete a couple of these. Oh, the belts don't count. Yeah. Hadn't considered that option. One of my thoughts was to turn this into like a turning building. Just it would be kind of a really big building that would help disguise the fact that I put this on 2 different grids. And then inside of here we could put everybody's favorite industrial storage containers. Where's my Sky Bridge times 2? Where did I put that guy? We're probably going to want belts and pipes. Where are belts normally? Belts are 1, so we should probably keep 1 as a belt. Logistics, belt is 1. Blueprint, Sky Bridge is 3. Clean pipe is 4. Actually, those 4 things are pretty much all we need. Uh-oh. Why do we only have 2? Wait, this isn't what we want. That's not right at all. Did we fail to save? Okay, luckily we have multiple. Yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like. Sky Bridge 2x save. Yeah, I know. Save over it. another project that requires 2,000 quartz crystal. Practical aesthetics are the best. I agree. Are you making a case for just putting a hot line of cyan on the edge? It could look kind of cool. We'd have to do something though to frame up the stack of batteries. And I do think the turning building could be something to hide my shame, basically. That's better. You know what? Let's run this. Let's see if there's any things we want to avoid. Any heights that we want to make sure that we traverse without problem. Like that copper ore right there. We might want to grab that. We wouldn't want to overlap it. So that means we should nudge to the right a little bit. All of this looks good. I don't know. Why did you say it like Yoda? Shower, I need to. Let's see. Are we still going straight? Probably, kind of, sort of, mostly. So we've got a iron ore here that we might be overlapping. There's an iron ore here, but that's probably okay. I mean, we don't need necessarily every single resource we come across, right? What is this one? Yeah, it would be pure. I mean, there's no way we're passing up a pure node. There's actually a lot of power slugs out here. Did I lose track? I really lost track. All right, so every resource isn't going to be a winner, right? But if we could avoid stepping on some very obvious ones and make it so we can still capture it, we might as well. I think nudging this new sky bridge to the right just a little bit. Half as much, because this is twice as wide as the old one. Why concrete? Concrete, what are you doing? Let's get some quartz crystal going, though. We should get some quartz crystal. We're spending a lot more. Our digital depot is working, at least for the plates. What else do we need? Nothing. Okay. Well, we can put down a few of these and see what it looks like. I suggested we should nudge to the left now, but to the right when we originally looked at it. Maybe one more. My poor inventory is going to be full of ore in no time flat. Ooh, if we're going to go this high, I might have to break my own rule and put a ladder in. But that's not going to work because we're going to have hyper tubes. Yeah, we're not going to be able to put a ladder on this. What do you think? Is that too high? It's probably too high. Let's lower it a little bit. Doesn't need to be quite that high. Infinite quest for snap points, I tell ya. That's a little better, I think. I want to try to minimize the need to change heights. Just because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to ramp up and down and go all around. I guess we're not really pulling in that much ore. It might make more sense to delete a bunch of these before we build on top of it. I mean, the blueprint is going to give me a perfectly straight, well, perfectly straight angled as we so chose it. Ooh, that felt weird. I'm glad I didn't finish clicking that. Yeah, this part's not a blueprint. Ah. I could do like a glass power tower. That could be an excuse to just make the hat go all the way down. That's actually more work than we need to be doing. Let's go back to blueprint deletion. Well, if you ever wanted to know how to make a conveyor belt look like it's going forever, I guess I could do some multi-selection here. Almost there for a big chunk of this deletion. We'll have to come back for fully connecting all this stuff to the ground. Getting rid of these plants is not too big of a deal. You know, they're only asking for plates, rods, and concrete. Maybe I should go ahead and try to maximize some of that. Our mega factory's taking a break. Mainly because we're not feeding it anything. I'm going to try to clean up some of my seemingly random industrial storage containers. I mostly know where stuff is. Like I know this is my heavy modular frame. 24. What are we missing? Modular frames. Everybody's least favorite. You know what, though? I think I am going to pick these up. Just in case it's enough for us to get the research done that we were looking at. And there's a few modular frames in here. Not getting totally distracted, don't worry. I just know we need some heavy frames for some research. Oops. Actually, I was right where I needed to be, which was by the ironworks. Pick up a big chunk of iron. That one is screws. This one's iron rods. The digital depot is nice, but nothing really beats having instant and immediate access to 9600 resources. Let's double check on that copper. See if it's something we can still work with. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be fine. It's fine. You know what? I could probably get these built a lot faster if there was a blueprint for them. I know it seems kind of silly. What is that? 2 foundations by 2 foundations? Technically, I already did this once for the trains, but I don't like how the train came out exactly. I'll probably have to redo that. But for right now, we're just gonna put in one of you, one of you. Save this as a 2 by 2 foundation. I could call it Skybridge Foundation just to help us remember. Well, Cuddlebuff, you know, it was up to you. I was gonna give up on my hat until you said something, so... Where is the icon for this? Foundation. Yeah, perfect. Cost you exactly 28 concrete. We'll put that on number 5. Blueprint mode should make this real quick. Oh, I'm getting denied in the most harshest way. Oh, man. Blueprint mode does not work well with others. if the blueprints aren't the exact same size. Yeah, I mean, this is a project all in it to itself to have all these look like they're fully supported to the ground. Or I'm gonna have to do something really fancy to get a blueprint that will work with this. You know, it would be kind of an interesting thing to test. What happens if you try to blueprint mode a 4x4 blueprint and a 5x5 blueprint? I'm not gonna worry about that right now. We're here doing infrastructure, and I'm desperately trying to do aesthetics. You know, I almost added more quartz crystal to this design, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave it alone. I do like the idea of adding this to it, though. I can go back and add it manually, but we should tweak the blueprint to take care of it now. All these machines are getting knocked offline. Which is okay, because they actually can't connect anything anyway. Did anybody else notice how creepy the background sounds are for this game? I don't remember it being quite so horrible. Maybe that's just me. You told me with the sounds that this planet makes that this was a survival horror game with automation elements. I might believe you. What's that sound? I think that once we have that done, we're kind of off to the races. How do I build? Oh, goodness. How do I build with a customization in place? I want to build a 1 meter wall. And I want to zoop it. But I wanted to build with the dark color. That might be too much to ask. That's what I wanted to do right off the bat. What does the carbon steel look like? Yeah, I think just the black is fine. If I go here, basic wall 6. I could have sworn there was a way to apply customizations to blueprint bar items. Apply customization menu, right? Interesting, that menu only appears while you have customization open. Customization filter? Oh, so you only customize that thing you want. There's gotta be a way to do it. I guess it's just this. The material is what gets sent to here, but not the customization. All right, well, I think we'll just tweak the blueprint a little bit here. MTF, I don't know what you're talking about. Let me get this going on here. Oh, right, GeForce servers. That's right, you said it. GeForce games. And then we'll put this on here and here and here and here and here and here and here. Aha. I wonder. Just adds a little railing to it. I know we've got some new architecture elements, but I don't think this is appropriate for this effort. Of course, now that I'm looking at it, it might be perfect. Might give it a little industrial edge we're looking for here. And then I could theoretically, ooh, give him a little gold tinge or copper tinge. All right, I'm glad I explored this. Let's give it a little Caterium finish. Is that over the edge? Oh, these things, that's right. They build halfway in. I guess it's okay. Do I have to half nudge this? Oh, jeez. The half nudge is probably better. Let me try it. See, the problem with me is I either want it perfect or I don't care. Those are my only settings. Let's try this. That'll actually be easier to put in place as well. The question is, do we want the gold or do we... I guess we could try it over here with a slightly different. Then we can look at the two and see if we like it or not. I like the highlight nature of the gold. Or, I'm sorry, a Caterium. Alright. I'm missing my nudge key. There it is. Half a nudge. Let's try carbon steel's pretty close to the default. Or we could try unpainted. Unpainted is close to the default. That's the problem. A lot of these look very similar. I mean, I probably like the copper or the gold. Caterium, excuse me. Let's see what Caterium looks like all the way down. Yeah, I think it's a little highlight. I think it's fine. Doesn't cost us anything more. Yeah, I remember now. You're doing some of that remote play GeForce stuff. Okay. Here. Read. Back to blueprint mode. Keeping the bus close. Well, that wasn't a bad hit. How far out did we go? The dune desert part of this is kind of a lot. Technically, I could probably get away with deleting. You know, that's what I normally do, is I put in 50-50 stuff, right? One with the pillar, one without. I'm kind of committed now though, so I'm probably not changing that, but let's just see what it would look like if this would connect all the way to this one. Nope. All right, well, that makes that choice easy. Are you purple or chrome? Oh, must be chrome. It's just a purple day today. How how do we want to have these guys enter? Just kind of on the side with a lift? Or do we have to go through the middle because we've got... I kind of think we have to go through the middle because we've got these guys, right? The pipes and the... What's the word I'm looking for? Hyper tubes are going to be on both sides. For the current design, anyway. Yeah, I probably shouldn't color the hyper tubes. Not really invested in that. One thing I should do is probably connect the power. See, I wish I could have a nighttime only mode. I know there's mods, but I feel obligated not to play with mods because I'm on the experimental branch. But this build looks so much better at night. Whether you like it or dislike it, I think you gotta like it better at night. Yeah, I'm at the update. I'm on... Well, I don't know what update I'm on, but I'm definitely playing 1.0. Is there an easy way to tell? Experimental build client 372858. So, whatever that is. We got power all the way out to here. We don't have a lot of power infrastructure. I would connect it here, but this has a better than average chance of being deleted. So I'm just going to connect it with power poles. What are you doing? Oh, I see. I guess I'll just keep going. So we could say deuterium. That's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 belts of deuterium, 5 belts of copper, iron. What other ores are in the game? Deuterium, copper. Oh yeah, we probably want to get coal. That's really the question. Right here is the answer. Potentially we want SAM, maybe. And then coal, limestone, crystals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sulfur, yeah, probably want that one too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sheesh! We put in 20 stacks for conveyors and it might not be enough. But it's enough to get us started. Is this gonna copy the color choices? I think I know the answer is no, but we're missing an opportunity to be slightly disappointed. And right. So what's the clean operation here? I'd have to decide, is this sufficient to justify a single belt all to itself? Pioneer Mark II. I mean, overclocking seems to be the way to go here. So that's only 150. What is the absolute maximum? Minor. Hopefully you're seeing my screen. Minor. Mark 2, 3, satisfactory. Minor. Outdated. Boo. I can't believe that's not a link, but okay. Then minor on this one. I know there's faster belts, so I'm curious if there's faster minors. Looks like the Mark III impure is still 120. Ugh. That's terrible. Why is this set up like this? All I want to know is what's the overclock value of an impure node on a Mark III? I guess I could figure it out, do the math. Times 2 for every level, so whatever level I'm currently at, times 2. Which means this one is running at 150. And this one's running at 300 for 600. Ooh. Ooh, that's on a Mark 1. Holy moly. Okay. Well. That's faster than my current belt. .480 is exactly my belt speed. What is it at max? Who really want... Okay, I know. I'm not even going to finish this statement. I'm sure there are people out there desperately trying to figure out if you mine every single node in the entire world, how much stuff you get. I've seen the videos. I knew it, but still. Okay, well, these numbers look like they're the same. $1,200. This is a problem I'm not going to have anytime soon. So I could probably move on here. But let's see how fast the fastest belt is. The time dilation belt or whatever it's called. Mark 6. 1,200 exactly. So this one is always going to be on its own. How do I want to do this? The simplest way would be to just run this up like it's angling. Just kind of eyeball it, drop it in, maybe just drop it in right here, like so. Just connect it and call it. Good. That's intensely off. Okay, let's pull this way back. Why is that so? Oh yeah, because they're on different grids. So I refuse to use the world grid. Because I know better. Oh. I'm deleting all that, mostly just so I can think about it. I guess if we're going to have a shameful, twisty place, it should be here. So we could probably fix it. at that point, like this. Then go ahead and drop this down. That's kind of the other option. When you see things that are underground, like a little less bad. But we're not going to do that. Did I totally? Yeah, I totally whiffed this. Totally the wrong way. Oh, I'll take it. Nice. That's with everybody looking good and being happy about it. And then we just need to get some power to we've got this power option. Obviously, the top of this... Ooh, there's really not a good place for this. We'll put it right on the middle, off, in between the circles. On the middle, off, in between the circles. Right there. And now... power's got to connect at some point, right? $480, that's a full belt. So the reason why I built this way is so when it comes time to upgrade, it's easier to hit every level of the bus. If you pack things too tightly, you won't be able to target the internal, right? If it's 1, 2, 3, this third one in the middle right here will be almost impossible to target. The last thing you want to do when you're trying to upgrade a bunch of belts is delete a belt so you can upgrade the center belt. So I'm just leaving myself the space now. That's why I went a little taller. Let's see if the ore is keeping up with me. It's a hot belt. I think a couple more of these is probably in order. At least one more, right? Why are you trying to clip through this? What's going on? Well, I'm having an interesting mental block right now. 2x2 Skybridge, that's what it was. Skybridge times 2. We need a few plates. Any chance there's some plate over here? No, but there is some heavy modular frames that we're going to pick up. Well, there's a few. Not enough, but a few. I hear the train coming. Where is it? Oh, below us. You know, there's a little bug that they never fix. I never reported it, but if you're running on the train track and you slide under the train. It's so quaint, I almost don't want them to fix it. It's been like that for a very long time. Let's go in here and find ourselves some plates if we can. I need to get these labels going. There are plates. What do we got? 20,000 plates at our disposal. Blueprint mode is trying my patience. I have this weird desire. I know I'm probably the only one. Where I want every miner to feed every smelter. So that way none of them ever back up. I just don't like the look of one belt being totally idle while other belts are struggling to keep up. And since it's going to be a mega factory, we know we're going to be in a situation where we're going to have like huge lines of things, and there's no way to be accountable for one node is pure and the other one is impure. You just know that you have access to 3 or 900 ore, and you're gonna have to bring 2 belts to bear, and you want close to half on each side. I really need to redo this train line. It's so much of a roller coaster, so upsy daisy. But that's getting distracted. The reason why I'm thinking through this now is because it will determine how we connect all this stuff. Oh, this is a perfect example though. This belt is not doing anything. It clearly should be doing something. Do I want to do this redistribution here? We could make it part of the hiding of this problem of the multiple grids. Or should it really happen at the storage level? It should probably technically happen at the storage level. But that's never stopped me before. Let's play around with this a little bit in the blueprint. The fact that you only have 2 inputs on the industrial storage container is a major limiting factor. We got 5 stacks, so let's just assume for a moment that we're going to bring in 6 full, no, 6 belt, maybe not all full, of iron ore. We'll use that as our starting point. Six belts worth. We only need 3 of these, right? This allows each one of them to have their own input. But I don't know if that's helping us. I think it's making it worse, actually. Later, Cobuff. Thanks for the thanks for hanging out. I appreciate the well wishes for my Sunday. Okay. I don't know. Maybe this is something I just shouldn't want. I really do want it. If I have 6 inputs coming in, and we say we start at the very beginning like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The only other option is to do something like this. But this is going to make for some very unreliable here. If we go in on this side, go up a level on this side, No, this isn't going to do it either. We could reverse shot these. So it goes in here. Then this one would have to come out here. And back to the first one? We'd have to do something like that, right? And wait a minute, these things aren't fully connected at this point. These two are connected, these two are connected, these two are connected. Now they're all connected. See, now I think we're running out of output options now. Because we can only input 3 items now. 1, 2, 3. Unless we pulled in one, 2, 3. And then this one would have to connect all the way back here. I'm starting to think this is a dream that's not worth having. Because now we're inputting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but we can only output these 3 unless we go like this. We're now outputting 3, inputting 3. Well, that could be one way to go, just like that. Put in 3 here, output 3. All 3 of these would then hit all 3 of the other ones, eventually, depending on loads. The only thing weird about this is that it would be weird. I could... Oh no. Nothing like an unreliable internet. Let's go here and here and here. Maybe that makes more sense.
I don't know. Have a good day.
So now you're inputting 3. You can input 3 more, so that's 6 inputs. Three outputs. I guess if we went up and over on the outputs. Inputs. Oh. So these 3 inputs. That's cool. Does that game play with a controller? I can't imagine Satisfactory with a controller. Lost count. 3 inputs, 3 inputs. So I guess we're looking at outputs. If we set all of these to like 8. That would allow it. Seems like now every thing is attached to every other thing. This is monstrosity. 6 by 6. Everything. Sloshing around. Save it. Ooh, this building's big. We're probably gonna have to do some multi-layer stuff here. which is fine. That's not a big deal. What have I set up over here? We've set up kind of a broken nightmare is what we've set up. Eventually, I would take it that all these belts are going to get used. Man, this game, it's only been 2 hours. If you told me it had been 4, I would have believed it. Not because it's painful, it's just I feel like I'm getting a lot more done than 2 hours worth. This is probably a little too far from one belt to get all the way over there. Or not. Could also be perfectly distanced. Well, we just so happen to have 6 belts to connect. Ooh. I had no idea that was going to do that. I'm liking how this is kind of shaping up. Definitely one of those experiments that is getting me closer to my ultimate goal. Ew. What is that? 16? Can we not get these two connected together without this pole? I might have to try it. 14 the hard way. That's pretty close. And if I really wanted that, I could come back and give that a slightly different foundation height. Maybe it'll come in a little tighter. Ooh, we're right on the edge of the building. Probably it's a little too close, but you know, we can do something. We can angle part of it up and then have it keep going up. Though we are getting pretty much to the point where we're saying this is the width of the mega factory. Why is there gaps here? Oh. Because we're feeding all the other belts too. So that's not good. We got a full belt in. And half a belt out. What's actually happening here? It's going in here. Out over here. In, out, in, out. Then it's coming back into here. So this one doesn't have a full load. That seems to me to say that one of these is holding on to it. Yep, there it is. Why are you holding on to 4? It's coming out and going in there. It's coming out here and going in here. Like it's receiving faster than it's giving for some reason. Part of me says, it'll figure itself out. Let's just move everything over here for now. That's my answer for that. Meh. Then on this one, oh, that was not just a crash. That was a super crash. Luckily, we didn't lose any more than 3 minutes. But they did crash. Might have to go through and check settings. Does that NVIDIA know how to cause drivers to stop working when new drivers are available? I'm willing to bet that there's a driver update to be had. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. Let's just make that the stream. We did a lot of infrastructure work. We're gonna have to belt in a bunch more stuff, but I'll do that slowly as part of future endeavors. That's kind of where my head's at. So yeah, let me call it there. And sorry for the sudden ending, but we are crashing way too much and I don't want to constantly stop. So we're gonna have to figure out some stability issues and then come back after that. So thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it.